What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Law coming back at you with a brand new video. And today I'm going to be going over the new series on Netflix. If you haven't seen it already, it's called The Tiger King. And pretty much it talks about these animal lovers, these quote unquote animal lovers, and these exotic animal owners who have all of these big cats, from lions, tigers, to even ligers. And one of the main characters in it, I'm not going to say protagonist, I'm going to say from worst to not as terrible characters. And you have Joe from Joe Exotic. He is from GW Exotic. He's the one who has hundreds of tigers, lions, and ligers. And then you have on this side, she's definitely an antagonist. You have Carole Baskins. Now Carole Baskins, she's this so-called Mother Teresa of cats, is what her current husband now has called her. She claims that tigers and big cats don't deserve to be in cages, but yet she keeps animals in cages. And then not only does she keep animals in cages, she doesn't release them. There are more captive tigers than there are wild tigers. And instead of her releasing them back into the wild or breeding them for, reproduction purposes in the wild, she keeps them, and then she even says they die there too. That's fucked up. How you gonna so-called be a sanctuary and then you bring animals into your clothes and they just die there? Never breed, nothing. That's fucked up. At the end of the day, you are slowly but surely decreasing the numbers because you keep these animals here. That's fucked up. At least, yeah, Joe may have been breeding for a profitable gain, but in the beginning, I believe they all started out with this job with the best intentions. I do, but as the fame and everything got to them, I believe that shit started to go down the drain. Like, they may have still cared for the animals, but it was more money first kind of thing. I definitely see that. And then Carole went on this whole fucking rant about trying to get him taken down, tried to get this dude named Doc taken down. Pretty much it was the top three. Those are the top three. You got Joe, you got Doc, you got Carole. Doc's a little bit more, from the outside in, he looks a little bit more ethical. You know what I mean? Like, you'll see his establishment, it looks clean, it doesn't look like anything's wrong from the outside in. There was stuff about him too, but honestly, they all sleazeballs, but I think Doc might be the cleanest out of the three, or he's the best at covering shit up. They was going over stuff saying how he has multiple girlfriends, which he admitted to, he does, but then also he claimed a lot of the girls and people that you see, most of them are his family. Well, some are his family, some are wives of like his nephews and his son and shit like that. And then you have other people who he's just hired who then work there. But he said all of his girlfriends do work there and help out too. He had a part in the series where there's one lady who used to work for him, apparently was a problem child, and she was getting pregnant all the time and things like that, and she was coming on and off. The thing about the series, though, you just don't know who to believe, and it's wild. Like, it's different angles, different reviews you can watch, but at the end of the day, you just don't know. It's kind of like, it just leaves it up to the audience at this point, which is cool, but it's still so much more footage that they can show. So hopefully we make it a season 2, or at least added episodes. It's only 8 episodes, so added episodes will be better. At least make it 12 or 15, in my opinion, so that way we can see a little bit more, because Joe still is in jail. Then you have, I already talked about Carole, and I might be babbling for a little while, but I'm trying to jump back and forth and trying to spit out all the facts that I've seen. Doc, Joe, and then Carole, those are the top 3, and then you have like these other side characters that come in. So when Carole was suing Joe, he was he was going back and forth with Carole, back and forth these two, and then Joe started to lose on his side. So Joe reached out to get a little bit of help, tried to find friends, do different funding and stuff like that to find different ways, and Carole was just meeting him with everything she had. As soon as he popped around the corner, bow, headshot, bow, headshot, bow, headshot. He could not get a hit off this bitch, and this shit was wild. So he goes and meets this guy named Jeff, or he might have known Jeff already, or whatever the fuck it is, but anyway, Jeff Lowe. Ultimate con man. The ultimate con. If this was a game, the little fucking achievement at the end, or trophy, PlayStation or Xbox, whichever one the fuck, would have popped up, bling, blah, whatever the fuck it would have popped up, Ultimate Con Man, or whatever the achievement would have been called. But that's Jeff. That's Jeff. He came in, and they called him the quote-unquote Godfather, because they said he had this persona of how he was going to save the, almost at the gym, save the zoo. And once he got there, it quickly went to shit. it quickly went to shit. He took it over, he got in his name, he got Joe kicked out, and then they come back and they check on it later and they said I keep saying the damn gym. The zoo is still in shambles. I missed the gym, that's why I keep saying it. They said it, it's not so much in shambles, but it's not looking all that great. And then they said that he has plans to make another gym. I said gym again, what the fuck is wrong with me? To make another zoo, at least you know it's not scripted. To make another zoo, I think it's in Ohio, and it's a pretty big zoo, but they said they were gonna have it done by like spring or summer. But even if it's not finished, they need to have it open to some degree, and it's not yet. So we'll see about that. There is rumors that he might get his permit taken. Well, who knows? We'll see. That's why I said we need more episodes, because I don't feel as though this was enough. This wasn't enough. It was no reason that goddamn show should have had me invested like that for 8 episodes. That's ridiculous. Come on, my boys. And then you have this dude, I think his name's James, who was supposedly a friend. I think he met Joe first, I think it is, or he met Jeff first. Either way, they all know each other. They all know each other. And Jeff, my boy, well, I don't know what fucking world you grew up in, but snitches get stitches. And the rule in that world. That's crazy. He really think nothing's going to happen to them. And that's it. Like, you know the type of law shit they were going through? That's fucking ridiculous. And like, you just backstabbed all of them. You don't think they're not going to come after? Ain't my business. That's wild as fuck. It's clearly no loyalty in that show. It's just whoever wants to win. And James. Yeah, James. And James says that too. He's like, listen, the cat people, first he says, you got your monkey people. Monkey people. That's some fucked up ass monkey people. And so he said, you got your monkey people. And then he says, you got the monkey people are okay. They're a little weird, but they're okay. That's over there. And then he said, you got your cat people. Now the cat people all shady as fuck. Aren't you running like a sex operation or something? Oh, a nightclub. That's what it is. A nightclub or some shit like that. But he's in the sex business. But he says cat people are shady as fuck. Y'all all shady. Do y'all see what y'all look like? Y'all all shady, and that's wild. There's no trust and no loyalty. He claims about people not being the nicest, but then he sit down and he just backstabs Joe and then says he felt guilty about it. I said, bro, my boys, like, what you mean? Oh, I felt guilty about it. Like, no, nigga, if you felt guilty about it, why'd you do it? You actively signed up for it, and that shit is just wild to me. And then jump back to Carol. Carol sues Joe's mother. Like I said again, I'm not saying Joe is a saint. That's not what I'm saying at all. Just from the way his husband and his zoo looked, you can tell there was some things going on with Joe. But Carol was ruthless. Carol Baskins. She was relentless. She was ruthless, and she didn't care who got in her way. She wanted to be the last person standing, and it was crazy. She just didn't care who got in her way, and she would have stopped at nothing. And then the big thing, Carol apparently was married to some dude named, I think it was Don, I believe it was, and he was a millionaire. And they explained that when she was younger, Carol explains a little bit about her life, and she says how when she was younger, she really didn't have friends. She really didn't have a family like that. Her parents really weren't rich. They didn't have too much money. She had 2 imaginary friend cats, of all things. Like, can't even make people, she makes cats. A lot of serial killers start out like that. Whether it be imaginary cats, imaginary friends, lack of family. There's always some type of shit that goes on. And her ex-husband, like I said, was a millionaire. He had all these planes, all these cars. I mean, he was rich. He was doing his thing. And he, long story short, got a restraining order on her because he was getting threats. He was getting threats, you know, threatening his life from Carol. But when they did the interview asking, you know, is this true? What happened? What, you know, what's going on between you two? She would always just have like this emotionless stare. Or she would always laugh in awkward situations that would make things extra awkward. Like, it'll be a serious moment, she'll laugh. And I'm like, bruh, what the fuck? We asking you real questions and you really giving us real life giggles? But then she would say shit. Oh, I'm gonna get to that in a second. She would say shit like, if I wanted to kill somebody, I wouldn't put something on their shoes that make the cat play with them. I'd put something on there like sardine oil. Why the fuck do you know that specifically? Why do you specifically know that would get a tiger to attack you? Unless you tried it. And then there was a scenario where, well, you know what? I'm not going to say she did it. I'm just going to say it might sound like that she did. Yeah, there you go. And then she has a whole grinder. She has a whole grinder in her house. A little one from what she says. But then she makes a joke when they talk about it like, I couldn't even fit his hand in there. None less a body. How the fuck would you know? Did you try? Did you try? Realize it didn't fit? It was like, maybe I should just feed his ass to the tigers real quick or chop him up to some degree. Because then they also mentioned how strong tiger stomach acid is. It's fucking crazy. Like, this thing got the hints and the clues and the answers scattered all throughout the damn documentary, but then nobody sees anything. And like, the fact that she just gets away with everything is wild. And then her sanctuary, on the other hand, she has volunteers, not even volunteers, she has, if that's what you even want to call them, she has people who she pays, who doesn't pay shit. She don't pay them anything. She does not pay them anything. This whole Carole Baskin thing is wild. She even said, what did she say? She said she doesn't feel the need to pay them anything because she has a bunch of people who would do this for free. So they racking up money on top of the already millionaire money that they have from her ex-husband. And then her new husband, bitch ass motherfucker. He is a sucker ass nigga for real. Like, he's just so boring. I mean, he's just dry. He's just very I mean, like, no facial expression, nothing. And she dress him up however she please. This bitch. Yo, I can't stand Carole. I cannot stand Carole. Fuck her and what she stand for and that punk ass husband, but that's besides the point. I left off with Jeff. Jeff, ultimate con artist, and that's fucking ridiculous how he did Joe. And they did him dirty too. Took the zoo out of his name and everything. And then James, this guy. Bro, I'm telling you, this series is ridiculous. If you like stuff like this, I highly recommend you go check it out. I might dip back into it to find a little bit more and just to see anything I missed. I don't think I did. Joe got 79 years. Oh, I missed his husband. Let me speak about this real quick. So apparently he's been married 6 times. And they don't mention the first 3, but the 3 that he's with in the show, I think it's John, Jacob Jingott. No, I'm just fucking with you. It's John, Travis, and then it's Dylan. So John was he was in his 20s, maybe 30s, something like that. And then you had Travis, who killed himself by accident, which was tragic. And then who was 19. And then you have Dylan, who was 19 as well, who he met 2 months after Travis died. That's one of Joe's problems right there. Everything is all about him. It's all a show to him. He even put a performance on for Travis's funeral, the 19-year-old, the 4th or the 5th husband, and said, and I quote, his testicles look like golden nuggets. Bro, his mother was sitting right in the front, and you referred to this man's testicles and called them golden nuggets. My boys. And then, like I said, he, with no time wasted at all, yeah, he seemed upset about it. But with Joe, you just never know. You never know because everything's a show to him. He needs to be in the spotlight. He can make TV with no TV. That's how crazy it is. The producer or the reality show man, Kirkman, he said, if you want to see a weird fucking show, watch this documentary. And then Dylan, he met him 2 months afterwards. And Dylan, I don't know. He claimed to be the most in love out of all of the exes. And the previous 2, who I mentioned, John and, I think I'm saying his name right, correct me in the comment section if I'm not. John and Travis claimed to be straight. But John was with him for 11 years, but they claimed to be straight. And John is even married now to the receptionist of the GW Zoo. And then Travis, you know, unfortunately, he passed because he shot himself, which is tragic. But I think Dylan is serious. I don't know. Because after Joe went to jail, after he got, you know, acquitted with everything, not acquitted, after he got sentenced with everything, Travis is now taking pictures of him hanging out with girls, going to parties. He even hung out with Doc, riding elephants with him. So you just don't know. And then these guys are 19. You just don't know. You just don't know. They could have been doing that for the money. They could have been doing that for the drugs he was getting on just to be famous. You don't know. But I mean, he did cry when he went to jail. He did call him. He said they had interactions and stuff. He said they called each other every day. But other than that, I mean, he doesn't really seem too messed up about it. And then lastly, when Joe went to jail, he decided to strike back against everybody else who he felt wronged him. And I think he's getting like $94 million back for all of this. Shit is crazy. It's all over the place. I mean, if like I said again, if you like stuff like this, you like the drama, you like the suspense, you like you like the back and forth, the right and wrong. If you like that type of stuff, you'll love this series. I do like it. It's cool. Like I said, it's different. It's all over the place. I recommend anybody check it out. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's keep this going. I'm even going to try to get a petition started with this. You know, I was asked to do that. So, about Carole Baskins. But let's talk about it in the comment section. Let me know if you think she did it or not. Let me know what your favorite parts of the Tiger King was. Do you wish there was more episodes? Please let me know. Keep me posted. It's wild, man. It's wild out in these fucking Tiger streets. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Law out.